Hello, viewers from everywhere. This is your man again, Christopher, with this program where we discuss the harsh reality that is very difficult to swallow, but very helpful if you voluntarily accept and make very good use of it. Viewers, feel free to comment and like this video. Actually, your comments are very significant for our going forward. So as I go in straight to the point, today I would love to discuss on a topic where we say, is your faith above your fears? Is your faith above your fears? Viewers, something which I would love to encourage you is that as long as your faith is always below your fears, you will never come out of that situation. Just think of any situation you are in, you will never come out of it. It doesn't matter whether you are a pastor's child, you are a president's child, you are whoever you think of yourself. As long as your faith, your problems reigns above your faith, your problems will continue ruling your life. Now, the most important thing we need to know is that in life, we all have fears that ambush our lives. It is your choice to allow them to swallow you or to fly above them. You know, when a problem comes, you have a decision to make. When a problem comes, you have a choice to make. And it is that choice which is going to make your fear to have strength over your life or your faith to have strength over your life. That choice you make, it will determine where you are going to go and what you will become in this life. So, as long as you are a human being, there are certain things you will never run away from them. In fact, most people have not realized that these problems we face, they are the ones which create opportunities to make us become better people. They are the ones which create opportunities to place us in a position where others have been working hard not to do it, not for you not to occupy that position. For example, you know, there are times when you are in a workplace, they constantly abuse you, they constantly sit on you every day. That resilience you are going to show by not responding, by keeping quiet, maintaining your cool in the midst of that situation. That character will send a very strong signal to everyone watching what you are doing. Remember, where there is a temptation, there is also a test. When those people are making your life impossible, God is also seeing how you are responding to that test. So how you are going to respond to that problem is what will determine the kind of position you are going to occupy in life. So every problem that comes in our lives puts us in a certain position. The choice you make will become a qualification which will place you in a position where others have been working hard to block you. So when a problem comes, you need to work on having a faith that is above your fear. And how does that happen? You need to make a choice on your own. Don't wait for someone else to come and tell you that you need to do this, but you yourself, you need to sit down and think and say, hey, what am I going to do for me to come out of this? Should I insult or should I keep quiet? It is your decision. But something which you know is that every decision you make counts. Every decision you make explains the kind of faith you have and the kind of fear you have. Moreover, when problems come, they come in different stages. Those people who hate you will not unleash everything at once, no, because they are not foolish to do that. They will be unleashing their plans slowly but surely, depending on how you are responding to their provocations. So if they send the first provocation, you decide to keep calm. They also think of plan B. They also think of plan C. Now, if you constantly become moral in how you are handling those situations, you will definitely block their next move from happening in your life. So, by doing so, it shows that you have a certain belief system about your morals which is greater than the belief system meant to bring you down. Point number 2, which you need to know, is that if you decide to put your faith in your fellow human being, your fear will always be greater than your faith. You know, in this world, there are people who have faith so much because they know that their uncle holds a very high position in the government. Have you ever thought of the kind of life you will lead when that person dies? There are people today, they are very strong in the Lord because they have a job, they have a salary, things are going well with them. Wait, when something they least expect to happen happens, that's when you are going to see where they stand. So what am I trying to say? If your faith is in the materials you have, just know that fear is around the corner. The day you are going to lose everything, that's when people are going to know who you truly are. In fact, your faith is best determined when you have nothing, not when you have everything. That's why it's very difficult for someone who has never suffered to encourage people to become a good leader, because you grew up with everything. But if at some certain stage of your life you had nothing, you will always have something to tell people. You will always have something moral to tell people. But if you found everything, if you never suffered for them, you will never know the value. Viewers everywhere, you know, your faith is built by how you endure life's pain. If you have never gone through pain, it's even impossible to talk about faith. If you have never gone through pain, you cannot even talk about faith, because you will not understand how it works. I'll tell you this. For example, there are people everywhere who have gases. There are those who are in the bush where there is no network, there is no good health facilities. And there are those who have gases but they are in hospitals. They live in an environment where health facilities are there. Now the question you need to ask yourself is, how do those who are in the bush where they have no medication, they have no proper health facilities, how do they survive? And compared to you who has everything but you keep on bothering people. So those people who have nowhere to go, they have a faith that is greater than you who has everything, because they know that there is no way I'm going to find help. This same faith of mine is what is going to sustain me. What am I trying to say here? Viewers everywhere, if your life, your survival is dependent on those people surrounding you, one day you'll be very shocked and you begin to see this topic as a mockery. You know, this topic is a mockery to those who have everything. But wait, when you lose everything, you will know what I'm trying to say, and you are going to see the value. So, viewers everywhere, as long as you are comfortable, there are certain things you never understand. No matter how much people will try and tell you, you will never understand. Even if they say that you have faith, things will be okay, because you have everything, you will not see the value. The other important point you need to know is that if you put your faith in God, your faith shall always be greater than your fear. Now, how does someone put their faith in God? You know, everyone is a Christian, but the way people behave, you can conclude that this one puts his faith in God. This one is just a cover page to convince people. Look, those who have nothing, there is a certain way they see life. Those who grew up without anyone pushing them, without anyone supporting them, without anyone believing in what they are doing, those are the best people who can teach you how to put your faith in God, because they understand how it feels not to have anyone to support you. That's why when the Bible says that cursed is a man who puts his faith in his fellow man, don't think that those words are a joke, because when those people who are supporting your life dies, trust me that your life is finished. This is the reason why those people, even in these workplaces where their relatives, they are big bosses, they get confused when those people who brought them there, when they are fired or they retire, because they have no one to protect them. So even you Try and learn something from those people who have got no one to push them to become better people. Viewers from everywhere, your faith will never rise above your fears if your life is being protected by those relatives from the top who have everything and they are backing your everyday moves. Sometimes you just need to sit down and lower yourself. That how do those people who get maybe 1,000 per month, how do they survive? Providing for their families, providing for themselves, and you who has everything. Have you ever wondered how those people at the bottom survive? It's because they have accepted that this which I have will take me somewhere. That is believing in God. But if the moment you decide to let go of that belief, you are finished. The other point you need to know is that when you put your faith, your fear ahead of your life, you become twice a loser before you can even make an attempt. Fear will make you a loser even when you are a winner. Fear will make you someone useless even when you are very valuable. So, the moment you decide to have fear, you are responsible for everything which is going to happen to your life because that's the choice you made. Moreover, no one even forced you to have fear. No one held your arm that have fear. The decision you made to have fear is what will cost your life. Viewers from everywhere, take time to look at the opportunities you missed in life. Did you put fear first or you put faith first? Let's say that you had put faith first. In whose interest were you doing it? Because faith put on selfish interest, it will backfire on you because the kingdom of heaven is not blind. It understands the motive why you are having that faith. So if your faith has got very wicked motives, trust me, one way or the other, there will be something which is going to capture you and you'll be very shocked and you will surprise everyone who knows you to be a moral and upright person. Why? Because you used faith for selfish motives. Moreover, one thing you need to know is that when you use divine things for selfish purposes, trust me, there is a way you are punished. People will not see it, but you will feel it at some point. There will be something which will happen to you, which will make you realize that what you used this faith for was never meant to better other people's life, but to save your selfish interest. So as long as whatever you are doing has selfish interest attached, trust me, your faith will have a very short lifespan. In fact, your fears will last longer than your faith because you chose to have faith on things which are sustaining your selfish interest. So viewers everywhere, as long as you are very selfish in the things you do, as long as you are not considerate, trust me, you will meet something that will make you come to your senses. The last and important point I would love to emphasize is that you don't need to have connections for you to become a person you want, but you need to have a character that will naturally build the connection you need. This is why I'm strongly emphasizing that if you want to understand the hidden principles of faith, see how poor people survive. See how those people you step on day and night so that they shouldn't become the person they want to become. Check how they survive. Despite your bad behavior towards them, you understand that faith builds a character, but connection alone does not build character. So, when you have faith in whatever you are doing, your consistency will begin to build a character that will attract people who will help you and make you a better person. This is why it is very important to always stay firm and believe in what you are doing, even when the world does not believe you. Because trust me, the faith you have towards that situation, it is building something that is going to inspire everyone. But if you are going to first look for a connection before you have faith, trust me, you end up becoming an animal you never thought of becoming. Because if people who have faith, they also meet things which break them. They also meet things which insult them, despite them having faith. What about you who just has connection but does not even have faith? What is going to become of you? So before you look for a connection, you need to have faith. You first need to believe in yourself that no matter what happens, one day I shall become a better person. So connections without character will degrade your faith. This is why you find that there are people who hold very high positions in life. But when you see how they got those positions, it shows that they used connection, not the faith, which helps people who have nowhere to start from to learn something. So, because they used connections without faith, this is why they have no character in the things they do. Check how they treat people. Check the injustice they subject you people every day. You will realize that these people, they did not use godly method to be where they are. They used method which is not supported by the kingdom of heaven. So, as long as you are using methods which are not backed by the kingdom of heaven, trust me, you are already an animal, a very dangerous animal to the society. And people are just waiting for the time where you become weak so that they can finish you. Ladies and gentlemen, is your faith above your fear? Do not see that problem to be a problem, but see it as an opportunity that will make you better. Because that situation they are subjecting you in, it is an opportunity that is going to change your life on a condition that you stay firm and know what you are doing. In conclusion, like I was saying, connections without character will degrade your faith and turn you into a slave. But character can still survive alone, and make you lead a life that you never thought you would lead. Viewers from everywhere, I know we all have different kind of problems. I know some of you are being subjected to situations where you can't even tell a person, they won't even believe your story. But I'm here to tell you that just have faith, keep on believing, and one day you come out of that situation. You don't need to tell the entire world, but your everyday belief will be creating a connection which will compel someone from somewhere to locate you and get you out of that problem. Please, viewers, if you found this topic to be very interesting, very helpful, and very helpful, please share and like it so that we can improve and become better people in the future. This is your man Christopher. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and I pray that this topic will motivate someone to become a better person, will give someone hope where there is no hope. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.